Hey there guys, LARP School back once again with another video, and hello, yeah, something a bit different. Ration packs, more specifically today we'll be taking a look at the RationX self-heating ration pack, Menu B, chili con carne. This one cost me £9.36. Essentially I've got three different ration packs, this one being the cheapest one, just under £10 essentially going to go through, see what it's like, whether or not you could sort of comfortably survive on it for the day. First of all, this is by far the smallest one. It's tiny, weighs practically nothing as well. Don't think it has what weight it is on there, but yeah, essentially it feels like there's essentially nothing in there. It has got quite a few bits. Let's take a look and see what's in there now. So, opening things up, we have the menu contents essentially. Maybe a good fire starter, self-heating bag, which we will be using shortly, a cherry turnover, a tropical flavoured electrolyte drink, some hot chocolate drink, some oat digestive biscuits, 2 pouches of strawberry jam, the main event, the chili con carne and rice, 1 plastic bag, which it all came in, and we have the little contents pack. So I have an antibacterial wipe, that's quite good and very handy, especially if you want to be preparing food. The spork, 1 tea, instant coffee as well, some creamer, 2 lots of sugar. So there's only 1 creamer in the pack. Straight away you're gonna have to decide whether you're gonna have black coffee or black tea. So that's a decision I'm gonna have to make in a bit. Essentially, generally, honestly, you can't get 3 meals out of this. I'd say you could probably get 2 meals, so sort of a breakfasty or lunch, and dinner with sort of the chili con carne as the dinner. So yeah, let's get breakfast out onto a tray. Nice. So for breakfast, I've decided we'll have, you know, the biscuits and the jam. Yeah, that's essentially it. Apart from gonna have the tropical drink and tea. I've decided I'm gonna have the tea black. Much prefer creamer and coffee. Feeling tea gives it a little bit of an odd taste, and have one of the sugars as well. And our trusty spork to stir it all up. Might put one of these on there, see what the strawberry jams are like. Can't say I've heard of Andros, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like. So let's start out with tea, I guess. Doesn't have much of a smell to it at all. That's going to be interesting to see what that is like. Put the sugar in and then get the water with special guest Mr. Kettle. Fill that up nicely, and while we're here, let's set up the tropical drink as well. Whew. Now there's a big puff of cloud. It's really hard to nail a smell on that one. I really don't know. I almost want to turn around and say it smells stale. That is not singing tropical to me at all. Let's just see if it gets any better when it's in there. So currently, so far, just by the smell, very disappointed in the drinks from this. Try not to get all the water all over the desk, but it didn't work. We've got ourselves a little happy little accident there. Right, let's stir these up. And we're going to be dirty and use the same one for this tea. Why not? Lovely. Tell you what, I'm very intrigued as to how the tropical tastes. So I am going to try some of that first before we get into the food, the main course. It's very, very yellow. Looks pretty much exactly the same as I'd expect from an orange juice. Let's see if it tastes like tropical though. Oh. Ooh. That is an interesting flavour. It's definitely one way to wake you up in the morning. That's for sure. There's a lot of sugar and a lot of salt, but to be fair, when you're out LARPing, you know, you do need to get your electrolytes back in. So, and understandable, I can see why it's so sugary and salty. But yeah, that flavour is so artificial. It's very, very strange indeed. Let's hope the tea is a little better than that. Certainly looks like a nice, strong, dark tea. Not too bad actually. Pleasantly surprised. It's not a strong breakfast tea like you would expect. It's quite light flavoured compared to sort of the colour of it. So yeah, pleasantly surprised by that. Had a quick move around, a little bit of a change up, make it a lot easier to eat my breakfast, which has the digestive biscuits and jam. Not the most exciting of breakfast. That's alright. Well, that'll get you through, that'll wake you up. That's a better way to start the morning. Let's just hope this is okay, or are we going to be very hungry for a while and unsatisfied? There we go. I have utterly destroyed that packet. Okay. So you get five biscuits there. Not too bad. They're extremely thin. Not sort of what you would expect. Very soft, but still a little bit of crunch. On their own, very dry. If you've ever had ration packs before, they're exactly what you'd expect. Bland, not much flavour to them at all. Definitely need something like this to pick them up. If you've never had anything like this, closest thing to explain what these are like, essentially extremely thin, dry, digestive biscuits with a bit of all bran. It's the easiest way to explain it. Yeah, you always really need something to sort of pick them up. But first, let's see what this is like on its own. Oh, yeah, no, the label's on the wrong side. Let's see what this is like. Ooh, yeah, it looks quite thin from here. I mean, it's still, you know, it'll stand up on its own. Flavour wise, let's have a look. That's a good jam. Sorry, need to lick the spoon clean on that one. That is a lovely jam. I think that, yeah, this is exactly what the digestives need. That's much better. That almost makes it taste like a cheap Iceland's strawberry cheesecake that you would get over here. But no, that actually would be very nice to wake up to. Definitely have the jam with the biscuits. They need it. Let's have a bit more of the tea. And a bit more of the tropical electrolyte drink. And yeah, that was your breakfast or lunch, whatever one you want. Let's have a little bit more of the biscuit. Yeah. It's surprising how much of a difference the jam can make to a biscuit, but it really is night and day between the two. Biscuit on its own, just nothing to it. Even the jam, so alright jam, but on its own not great, but together they're just a match made in heaven. As for the tea, you know, now it's settled and stewed a bit. It's leaving a really peculiar aftertaste. Definitely might be worth maybe even skipping out on the tea. The longer it's settling, the less enjoyable it's becoming. Can the same be said for the tropical? It's just such a bizarre taste. I want to say it's mainly probably pineapple, but you honestly can't tell. It's a mishmash, but it's just overly sweet for what it needs to be. All in all, breakfast could be better, but you're paying less than a tenner for the day, so you can't expect too much. I know with the other ones coming up, there's a much better selection coming up, so breakfast all in all about what I expected for the price I paid. Okay, so after a mediocre breakfast, time to move on to the main course. Let's have some dinner with some chili con carne and cherry turnover. This should be a lot better. This is where most of the money is spent, so hopefully this will not be disappointing. So without any further ado, you know how to say it. Steve, take it away.
Alright, so let's get this out onto a tray. Nice.
Thank you very much, Steve. So yeah, I guess let's get the heater out and get some fun going with it. Lovely. There's a heating element in there. Try and get that in the middle as well. And here's the cherry turnover. Sweet, and it's in there. Transfers with air. Whatever, I should think. So while that's doing its thing, let's get the coffee in. It smells like a nice rich roast, so that should be good. And of course we're going to be adding the creamer to this one. Yeah, that should be good still. And of course add the last sugar that we have. But don't forget, we do have an extra special treat. We do have the hot chocolate powder as well here, so it should be quite good. I'll get this added as well. If you wanted to use your canteen, I do have one, but I just decided not to use it. You could probably make quite a nice mocha. I'm not 100% sure what's gone on with this, but certainly not heating. So I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. In the meantime, I'm going to review these two drinks. And of course, as I say that, it starts working. That's a good vent. Well, I'll let this cook and cool for a while, and I'll be right back. Brilliant, and they've just finished now, so let's get these open. Let's start with the cherry turnover first. Let's see what that's like. There we go. It looks quite nice. Oh dear. Well, we cooked that with it as well. It's not looking too happy. It looks a bit stodgy, bless it. Feels a bit stodgy too. Chili con carne and rice, nicely cooked through. I am a big fan of chili con carne. It doesn't look too appetizing, but let's see what it's like out on the tray. There we have it. Oh, you immediately get the smell of the beans in the beef. So that's a good sign. Hopefully the taste follows through as well. I'm going to start with the drinks though. They've been done for a little while, so let's have a look at this coffee first. This is the one with creamer and one of the sugars. Surprisingly light. You know, the instant coffee, it smelt a lot darker than what it's tasting at the moment. Fair enough. How about this hot chocolate? Does look nice and creamy. Will it taste the same? Oh, that is a good hot chocolate. Oh, I'd almost be tempted to say save that until you're about to go to sleep, because that is the way to send yourself off to sleep, right? Fucking yes. Oh, right. Anyway, into the main course. The main reason we're here, the chili con carne. I love chili con carne. Always put a ton of chili and chili flakes in mine, so it's going to be interesting to see what this is like, because obviously we don't have any hot sauce at all. So hopefully, I'm hoping there's enough in here and that it's not sort of too bland. I mean, consistency wise, it's nice and thick, which is good. Oh, proper chunks of beef it looks like as well. Let's get some rice, get a bean and a bit of beef. Yeah, let's give this a try. That's interesting. Normally when I do a chili con carne I use beef mince. Here appears that there's chunks of beef, which actually I must say I do prefer. The beef does fall apart nicely, so feels like proper slow cooked beef, which is always good. Yeah, it's not too spicy. There's a little bit of spice, but I want to say it's more of an afterburn. You feel it sort of once you've finished it, rather than sort of a burn before. I would have liked a hot sauce packet to be in here. I think it will go perfectly with this. But all in all, is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, it's all right. It's good. It'll get you by for a quick, easy meal whilst out laughing. Actually, yeah. No, you know what? Yeah, I think that's all right. Actually, the more I have of it, the more it draws me in. And all in all, yeah, I like that. Let's see what the cherry turnover's like. And this is where all packs should come with napkins. You know, it's much easier to clean with a napkin than with anything else. So yeah, let's see what this cherry turnover's like. Oh, fucking hell. If it wants to come apart. I don't know why I'm using the spork. It probably would be easier with my hands, but okay. It's like a really thick cherry bakewell, but without the almond. It's bizarre. The cherries are really good, but yeah, it's everything else that's a bit of an issue. All in all, yeah, it's alright. So, all in all, it's a mixed bag, this one. You've got the disappointing start with the biscuits and the tea, but the chili con carne ain't half bad. Is it one I would want the recipe of to do at home? No. And the more I'm eating this, actually, the more I'm realising there's not actually much beef in here. The coffee, it is what it is. It's no kickstart to the morning. It's not anything special. Ideally you'd want 2 sachets into 1 cup to make it a proper good morning cup of coffee. The cherry turnover, it's stodgy, but the cherry flavour does come through, and it can make you feel alright, because it does seem a lot like a cherry bakewell. It's just I feel there's far too much dough to cherry. But there's one thing here that absolutely saves it, and that's the hot chocolate. This is phenomenal. It's probably where I short measured the water. So it's supposed to go into 500 millilitres. Always do less. It's so much richer. It's lovely. But all in all, for £9.36, is it worth it? Would I buy it again? Could I see this lasting me the day? Not quite, no. It will get you by. It will do the job, but I just feel that it might be worth spending that little bit more just to get better sort of meals throughout the day. I do of course have another 2 videos coming out. This one was the cheapest ration pack, so hopefully the other 2 are miles above this one. But there's only one way to find out, and that'll be tuning in next time. But I'm just going to finish this.